I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Momager. Today is Wednesday, September 11, 2024. I'm Casey.
And I'm Madeline, and here are the morning announcements.
Great job, everyone, on our lockdown drills and fire drills yesterday.
Thank you for being responsible and principled in your classes and hallways.
Teachers, SLOs need to be submitted to SC Lead by September 16th.
Today is September 11th, and we would like to take a minute to honor all those who lost their lives on this day, and we will reflect on how this still impacts us today.
And now we turn to Adam for the weather forecast. What was this still recording?
I got the shoes, I got the dress, to be a princess, I guess.
Let's all wish a happy birthday to John and Miss Miller's class and Oscar and Miss Hillis's class.
Happy birthday, John and Oscar.
Make sure to head to Miss Mixon in the library after the announcement for your birthday surprise.
For lunch today, we have a choice of chicken sandwich with tater tots or ham and cheddar salad.
Hey everyone, it's Wellness Wednesday. Today we will watch a bus video to see how we can practice bus safety while we are at school. Thank you for joining us. We hope that you have a fantastic day.
And remember, even the smallest act of service, the simplest act of kindness is a way to honor those we lost, a way to reclaim that spirit of unity that followed 9/11. Barack Obama.
Now for our school pledge.
I will listen and communicate with caring and respect. I will lead responsibly with my actions and words.
I will learn when I focus and think.
I will lead responsibly with my actions and words.
Okay, stay tuned for the bus videos.
School bus is a team effort from our bus drivers and students to parents and other motorists. That's why the South Carolina Department of Public Safety and the South Carolina Department of Education are asking for your help to keep kids safe this school year. Each day, close to 325,000 students ride a school bus to and from school in South Carolina. When waiting for the school bus, students are reminded to stay out of the roadway and not to start walking towards the bus until it has come to a complete stop and the bus driver has given you the hand signal to board the bus. Loading and unloading can be one of the most dangerous times for a child around a school bus. Due to a child's size, it can be difficult for a bus driver to see them if they enter into one of the 4 danger zones around the bus. These areas include directly in front of the bus, directly behind the bus, and on either side of the bus, or approximately 10 feet in each direction around the bus. It is important to remember, if I can't see the bus driver can't see me. Parents, take time to talk to your children about staying clear of these areas around the bus. Another danger that exists for students during the loading and unloading process is the risk of another motorist disregarding the stop arm and flashing lights. This is a serious offense and can result in a citation and fine of more than $1,000 and 6 points on their driver's license. Children can be severely injured or even killed if a motorist decides to pass a stopped school bus. Parents, it is important to talk to your child about what they should do if they must cross the street either to load or unload the bus. It is important that the child makes eye contact with the bus driver and wait for their hand signal before crossing the street. The bus driver has a better vantage point to see if vehicles are approaching and if it is safe to cross the street. If your child's bus stop includes multiple children that must cross, it is safer for them to cross together rather than individually. Parents, please also talk to your children about proper riding procedures on a school bus, which include listening to the driver,
keeping their back against the seat and feet forward at all times, keeping the aisle clear, never sticking their arms or head out of the window, talking quietly while on the bus, and waiting until the bus comes to a stop before standing up. Working together, we can help to keep our kids safe this school year. For more safety tips related to school zones and school buses, visit scdps.sc.gov.
Jellyfish Lighting is an all-in-one permanent exterior lighting system. Through an app on your phone, you are able to decorate for all holidays
My name
like
is Richard
Christmas,
Podmore with the South
Halloween.
Carolina Department of Education Office of Transportation. Many of you ride the school bus to and from school every day. Some of you may ride an activity bus for sports or music activities, or maybe you only ride a school bus or activity bus for an occasional field trip. Although the need for a bus evacuation is rare, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be prepared for the possibility. If you have ever flown on a commercial airplane or been on a cruise ship, you know that passengers are given instructions on what to do in an emergency and how to evacuate if needed. For most breakdowns or fender benders, it is usually safer to remain on the bus. However, there are some situations where you may be safer leaving the bus and moving to a more secure location. Some examples of this can be if the bus becomes disabled in the roadway over the crest of a hill, in a blind curve, in heavy fog where visibility is restricted, or on railroad tracks. Other, less likely situations include danger from fire, smoke, gas or toxic fumes, or danger of rolling over or being submerged in water. The first thing you will want to do when you board any bus is to always make note of where all of the emergency exits are located. Of course, the front service doors are our preferred emergency exit because of the steps and handrail, but that's the way we're all used to getting off the bus. However, that exit may be blocked, damaged, or unsafe to use. All emergency exits should be clearly labeled, and typically there are one or more emergency exit windows on each side of the bus, one or more emergency exit doors, and 2 overhead emergency roof hatch exits. Most buses have an emergency rear door in the rear of the bus. But if the engine is in the rear of the bus, there will be an emergency exit window in the rear and one or more emergency door exits on the sides. The most important thing you can do as a passenger in an emergency is to remain calm and quiet so that you and other students on the bus can hear and follow the evacuation instructions of the bus driver.
Okay, I need everybody's attention, please. We're going to evacuate this bus.
The bus driver will tell you which emergency exit will be used for evacuating the bus based on the unique circumstances of the emergency. For example, if there is smoke or fire at the front of the bus, or if there's another vehicle or object blocking the front service door, you will likely be instructed to exit through a rear emergency door. Likewise, if a vehicle has collided with the rear of the bus, you will probably exit through the front service door. When evacuating the bus, it's important to leave book bags, musical instruments, athletic equipment, and other large, bulky objects in your seat, not in the aisle or in front of emergency exits. These items can trip other students, obstruct walking paths and exits, and slow down the evacuation of all passengers. Remember, any of these items, including cell phones, tablets, and other electronic devices, can be replaced. You are the most important thing on the bus, and evacuating you safely is our first priority. The bus driver will determine the safest exit to use and provide directions for evacuation. The fastest way to evacuate a bus is for all students to remain seated and stand up seat by seat at the driver's direction and proceed to the prescribed emergency exit. The bus aisles are narrow, and if all students stand up at once to try to exit, the resulting congestion will only slow down the evacuation. The driver will also often stand in the bus aisle moving from seat to seat when evacuating passengers, so remaining in your seat until called on to exit will ensure a clear pathway for the driver and evacuating passengers.
You two are the first ones off. I want you to head right over to our assembly location. Everyone else, you're going to follow right down the aisleway and head right out over to where Jeremy and Joshua are, and you're going to wait for me, okay? All right. Gentlemen, go right ahead.
If you are instructed to exit through the front service door, always use the handrail and take one step at a time. Don't run, push, or skip steps on your way out. If you need to use one of the emergency exit doors, always sit first on the floor of the bus and scoot out at the exit to the ground. Jumping, squatting, or hopping out of an emergency exit door can cause injuries. Also, the driver may enlist student helpers to exit the bus first, one to lead students to a safe assembly location, and another to position themselves to assist the remaining students as they exit the bus. Once you have safely exited the bus, you must remain off the bus. It is important that you go to the assembly location given to you by the driver when the evacuation was announced. All passengers must be accounted for, and any injuries need to be identified so that first aid can be given. The driver will choose an assembly location at least 100 feet away from the bus, out of harm's way. Once the driver has evacuated all passengers, he or she will walk the bus a final time from end to end to ensure no one is left on board. After exiting, the driver will join the assembled group and give further instructions. It is important that you stay with the group and not leave the scene until given permission by school district officials or emergency personnel, even if a parent or guardian arrives. Look around to make sure you see the students that were sitting near you before the evacuation and notify the driver if you think someone is missing. Being prepared to evacuate the school bus in a dangerous situation can save your life. Remember to always check for emergency exit locations on each type of bus you ride and follow the driver's directions when evacuating. Think about what you would do if the driver is unable to assist you in evacuating. How would you exit the bus safely, and where would you go? We hope this video has prepared you, and we've enjoyed spending a few moments with you today. Safe travels.